Well, I'm speaking from experience here. The wedding industry is definitely booming again as many central Indiana couples tie the knot after a 2-year delay.
Yeah, in a 5-part series that starts today, News 8's Lakin McGee looks at the pandemic's effect on weddings. Is a topic that hits home for her.
Maybe you went from just friends to a little something more during the pandemic, and then COVID canceled your wedding. Yep, that happened to me too. Now, eventually my husband and I did tie the knots, but this is happening to many brides, and some of you even proposed in unique ways.
Will you marry me?
Many of you sent me emails with similar stories, proposed, and then the pandemic hit. So I asked on Facebook for you to share your stories with me. And that's when I met Jennifer Keller.
It seemed like everything was just kind of stacked against us.
She got engaged after her now husband convinced her to get on a plane during the height of the pandemic.
And I had kind of thrown a fit, like, I'm not flying right now. I'm not going anywhere. Like, I'm not sitting on a plane wearing a mask.
But she went. And then the wedding planning began, with a couple hiccups along the way.
We actually planned our wedding twice. We planned it for 2021. We were going to go down to the Bourbon Trail and have a wedding. And after about 3 of the distilleries declining due to the pandemic and not wanting to make a lot of commitments, we're like, okay, fine, we're just going to push it out. We'll just push it out to 2022.
And then her fiance's father was diagnosed with cancer and passed away.
Things kept happening and we couldn't get married. I kept going back to, well, should we get married? Like, is this a sign? And then finally it's like, no, it's not it's a sign that we don't need to wait to get married on a really, really big wedding. We just need to get married.
They tied the knot on April 30th, 2022.
Did you have the wedding you guys thought you would have?
Oh, no. Our original wedding, I think the guest list was about 160 people. This wedding had 8 people.
But things started falling into place. She married the love of her life after many obstacles, but she'll remember the journey.
And I think that's the reality of it, is just being accommodating to all of the restrictions that can come about. Because I don't feel like we're done with it. So I think we just got to work around it.
Now, Jennifer lost $500 on her reception deposit, and according to LendingTree, on average, couples lost over $3,000 on non-refundable deposits. I'm Lakin McGee for WishTV, WishTV.com, and follow us on Facebook.